Okay, so hey, Internet, yes, I am a little bit behind. I'm about 8 minutes behind. That's the joy of living in the country with a non dedicated internet connection. When the weather gets crazy, you have no idea what's going to happen. I guess I could get a little prepared and say my internet connection sucks, but then I may be insulting Verizon and they will punish me. So, why the happy music? Well, a major victory for Standing Rock Sioux Reservation today, obviously. The Dakota Access Pipeline the permit has been denied by the Army Corps of Engineers, and a rerouting again will take place. And, happy music, for a happy moment. I had a feeling this may be the case. I began to believe that, this is the outcome, especially when you involve up to 2,000 U.S. veterans who, among the first things they did when arriving at Standing Rock, I think beginning Friday, was to construct living quarters for the water protectors, the protesters who would not cave to the intimidation that the government was providing. And yay for government, right? But anyway, it's a great Sunday evening. Well, not with the weather. It's a little bit chilly out there, and we're moving into that global freezing everybody keeps talking about. Oh, teleprompter, why have thou forsaken me? Fan-freaking-tastic. Of a newly repaired laptop that doesn't want to be repaired or doesn't want to act as though it's being prepared or has been. And the joys of technology. So, yes, what day is it? It is Victory Day. A celebration day. Thank you, HP. I've always been a great advocate for HP laptops. I've been a great day. But you know what? While I fix this problem, I'm gonna play a little. I'm just gonna play the announcement that as it was brought to me. So here, take a listen and revel in the good news.
Decision reached regarding the Dakota Access Pipeline within the last 30 minutes. The Secretary of the Army Corps of Engineers telling the Standing Rock Sioux chairman that the current pipeline route will be denied and will not now run near the Standing Rock Reservation. Big news there. NBC's Tammy Leitner at the site of the protest in Cannonball, North Dakota. And Tammy, I can't even imagine the reaction to the thousands of individuals that were waiting for this good news.
Yeah, Richard, let me tell you, here at the camp, the atmosphere is a celebration. There is singing, there is dancing. Everybody here is so happy. And just a few minutes ago, I spoke to the chairman of the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe. After he got the news, he is a very proud man, a humble man. He keeps his emotions very close to his chest. But he was very clear that this is a victory and that they feel this battle is over for them. Let's go ahead and listen to what else he had to say.
I'm just thankful that there were some leaders in the federal government who realized that something is not right, even though it's legal, and heard for the first time in history American Indian issues, heard our voices, and had the courage to take the initiative and make the right decision.
Is it over?
I would say that it's over.
You know, we've been out here for days covering this story, and we've seen a large spectrum of emotions out here, from anger to excitement and happiness and gratitude. I'm here with Dustin, and Dustin has been out here almost since June. Is that correct? And what's going through your head right now?
It's like, I don't know, it's like a surreal moment right now. It's just like a lot of emotions all up in one. I mean, it's happy, it's joy, it's all these things, because I'm here when, when a lot of stuff like violations happen to my people. I've been here when there was 1,000 people and it was just a couple tents, and heard the stories, and I've seen all the nations come together and all the people come together, and it's just, I'm hugging people because it's a victory today, and it's just so, it's overwhelming right now. Like, I don't know what to do, it's just, I want to celebrate, I'm going to jump in the snow, it's things like that. It's just, it's pure serendipity.
Thank you, Justin. Obviously, they are saying this is not just a victory on as far as the pipeline goes. They're saying that this is a victory for all Native Americans out there. This decision is monumental and will be remembered for years to come. Richard?
Tammy, is there any possibility of an appeal? And I cannot also but help but notice there's a little bit more noise behind you compared to at least reports before.
Yeah, I spoke to the chairman about that, and I asked him if there was a chance that this could be repealed with the new administration, and he said to me, if that happens, we'll deal with it then. So obviously everybody is being optimistic and hopeful that it doesn't happen today. Out here at the camp, it's a day of celebration, as you can hear behind me.
All right, Tammy Leitner, NBC's correspondent there on site in North Dakota. Tammy, thank you so much for that report.
Well, so yeah, everything's looking good out there. But as a friend of mine, Jesse Meyer, points out, it is not time to become complacent. We've got to push for, as you heard, the first time that Native American issues have actually gone the way for them. And it's not just them. It's not just them. That where that pipeline was going to run under the river there, just before Lake Oahe, the tributaries that feed into that river, has to be considered. Besides the fact that it was rerouted initially away from the capital for fear of a pipeline break. But hey, it's part of that algorithm. And I actually meant to include that in the title, but it's part of that algorithm, a simple algorithm that is used by your government. So yes, potentially a massacre that would be. And here, and that's a happy video. But the video, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to play audio of the video that I woke up to today. And I'm going to show you how to see the algorithm of what of the matrix, the government, your government. Now, this clip, oh gosh, it was the Morton County Sheriff's Office, a man named Paul D. Laney, made this announcement in a clip, and I got to tell you, I'm not exactly sure when he said this, but the fact that if it was Friday, it's only appropriate because of what they were getting ready to do, which is to employ this algorithm. And it's a very short clip, and it's difficult to understand, but I'm going to tell you. I apologize again for the audio quality. I am running on less than a skeleton's crew. There's just me, Verizon, wireless, and a teleprompter that I downloaded onto a computer that was supposed to be repaired. But anyway, this is the clip from the infamous Paul D. Laney of the Morton County Sheriff's Department.
We have received very concerning intel that an element within the protest movement wants to exploit veterans with PTSD, arm them, and try to trigger their PTSD and turn them aggressive.
Wow, I didn't realize how quiet that was. But what he said is that the Native Americans, as clever as they are and as manipulative as they are going to exploit the veterans. Would the Sheriff's Department say this? Why? Why is it important for them to make this note to you and I that this is what the Native Americans are actually up to? This is a part of, again, and I brought up a show last night that was called Divide and Conquer, U.S. Cavalry 101. This is a part of the mentality that is employed by the government. They prepare you for something by letting you know. They announce to us what the potential problem is. The excuse me, the terror that is afoot. It is a part of the algorithm. It is a major part because this is what convinces us and allows us to see things exactly the way they are trying to program us to see. So again, in this announcement, and so let's break it down. The Native Americans, according to Sheriff Paul D. Laney, have a plan. Again, they're going to exploit the veterans, trigger their PTSD, and I want you to think about what I'm saying here. Then arm them and send them to the front lines. Send them to the front lines amongst the water protectors. This means at least two things. First, the fun thing, again, like I said, to say that Native Americans possess some of the greatest mind-altering and programming capabilities and techniques ever devised. And that they are so good at their job of programming that they're going to take these guys who serve, these men and women who served this country in the armed services, and program them. They arrived Friday, beginning around Friday. But they were supposed to be able to do all of this in a short amount of time. That they have such a level of persuasion that they can convince former servicemen and women to be in a deranged state, run out with guns, firing at the National Guard and police from at least 6 states who are there to, convince the protesters to give up the fight. Or could it simply be that the veterans, just like us, just like you and I, we click on our Facebook, and we read, we know how to read between the lines. Could it be that the veterans are just as tired of the government's crap as we are? Because these veterans are, after all, people, and we